May 27, 1962. Centralia, Pennsylvania. Population 1,435. It was a typical Sunday morning in the heart of coal country. Church bells echoed through the valley. Kids raced their bikes down Locust Avenue, and the smell of morning coffee filled the air. This was the blueprint of the American dream. By noon, the town council decided to burn a local landfill near the cemetery. It was standard procedure. They had done it dozens of times before, but they didn't know that this landfill sat directly on top of an old, abandoned strip mine. The fire reached a coal seam, and then it vanished underground. Fast forward to 2025. Route 61, the town's main highway, is split in half. Toxic steam pours from massive fissures in the asphalt. The temperature, just a few feet beneath your boots, is 900 degrees Fahrenheit. The population has dropped from 1,400 to just 5. The zip code, revoked. Its legal status, non-existent. This town didn't just die. It was legally erased from the world, and the monster that killed it is still burning. Pennsylvania sits on nearly 500 square miles of anthracite coal. It is the hardest, purest coal on Earth. It burns hotter, longer, and cleaner than anything else. Centralia wasn't always a ghost town. In the late 1800s, it was the American dream in coal form. By 1890, the town had nearly 3,000 residents. It was a bustling hub with 7 churches, 5 hotels, 27 saloons, and 2 theaters. There were banks, newspapers, and miners coming from Ireland, Poland, and Wales to dig for fortune. But the town was built over a vast honeycomb network of abandoned mine tunnels. When the landfill fire ignited that coal seam in 1962, the flames didn't just stay in the pit. They traveled into the veins. Underground coal fires are biological nightmares. They don't need oxygen from the surface. They pull air through tiny fractures in the rock. They create their own wind. They regulate their own heat. By 1979, the people realized they were living on top of a massive chemical reactor. Basement floors reached 180 degrees. Families were sleeping on top of a crematorium. And yet, for 20 years, the government did nothing. Everything changed on Valentine's Day. 1981, 12-year-old Todd Domboski was playing in his grandmother's backyard when the ground literally opened up beneath him. In an instant, a sinkhole 4 feet wide and 150 feet deep appeared. Toxic steam blasted out of the pit at 300 degrees. Todd only survived because he grabbed onto a tree root and his cousin pulled him out. If he had fallen another 6 inches, there would have been nothing left to recover. This was the breaking point. Within days, Centralia was national news. The world was forced to see the terrifying truth. A quiet American town was being eaten alive from the inside out. Experts drilled test holes and found that the fire was no longer just a surface problem. It was burning 300 feet deep. The entire geological foundation of the town was collapsing. The state issued a simple verdict. Centralia is no longer safe for human life. The federal government didn't come to put out the fire. They decided it was too expensive. It was cheaper to move the people than to stop the volcano. In 1984, Congress allocated $42 million for the total relocation of the town. At first, it was voluntary. Most people left. Their homes were worthless, and banks wouldn't offer mortgages on land that was on fire. But a few stayed. They had lived there for generations. So the government changed tactics. They used eminent domain to seize every property and voided every deed. And then came the final kill. In 2002, the U.S. Postal Service revoked the town's zip code 17927. Without a zip code, you can't get mail. You can't register a business. In the eyes of the United States, Centralia simply ceased to exist. Every cartographer was ordered to remove it from official maps. Today, on most GPS devices, you are driving into a blank space. Today, only 5 residents remain. They are living in homes they no longer legally own. In a town that has been deleted from history, they won a legal battle to stay until they pass away. But when they are gone, their homes will be leveled by the state. No new residents are allowed. No infrastructure is maintained. If you drive there today, you'll find the grid of a ghost city. There are sidewalks leading to empty lots and fire hydrants in the middle of thick forests. The most haunting part is graffiti. Highway, a half-mile stretch of abandoned road covered in the messages and prayers of people who come here like it's a graveyard. Centralia is a warning of what happens when the ground we stand on turns against us. The fire beneath Centralia is predicted to burn for another 250 years. At one point, extinguishing it would have cost $600 million. Today, that number would be nearly 2 billion. For the government, it was simply more efficient to erase the map than to fix the mistake. But as strange as Centralia is, it isn't the only place being deleted from the American record.